was still open. The broken mirror to break the sisterhoods up was still open. These people got to close, their descendants have to close the contract. And it falls to the duty of the descendant that has the most similarities in genome sequence to the original person who executed the spell or curse. Because only the person who cast the spell can break the spell. And the person genetics that's closer to it can channel the person enough to get permission to break the curse. But you have to do it by reenacting or re-walking in the steps of your ancestor. Right? So when you understand that the Huguenots, the French, were the ones we was fighting on the Louisiana territory, the same ones that the Haitians was fighting, and that they had Toussaint in custody for a period of time before the war got thick. This had to be reverse engineered by a descendant. That means that somebody descending to Toussaint L'Ouverture, who's closest in genetic makeup to Toussaint, will be able to channel him enough to live the suffering of Toussaint L'Ouverture in the breaking of the Haitian revolutionary conjure. So then you see what happened to divine insight. Because the custody of the French is a prerequisite in walking in the path of the particular ancestor. And this how you have to know how to break the curses. So he getting stronger, you know, and we know he gonna get out from under it because we knew it was some BS when it happened. We knew what they came at him for. You know, we know why they made everybody move how they moved in the situation. It wasn't no coincidence that he was instructed to isolate himself from spiritual powerhouses who could lend some spiritual support to the attack he was under. So they got to make sure he isolate them away from him first. Strategy. This is being done strategically. It's not haphazardly. It's not somebody just stumbled across the brother and said, "Cuss them brothers out." No. Snake slid up under him, fed him some venom, and played the victim to play on his masculine traits where he defend the women he respect. Right? Then it put him in the adverse position because he know now that he done isolated himself. He now been Toussainted. He been captured on the French ship, isolated by the conquistadors and the Huguenots while he tried to figure out how to get free. It's just a reenactment. Because of the blood and the right, you have to walk the path of the ancestors to walk out of the condition that trapped us in order to free us from the condition that we trapped in. Right? All of the people that was present, descendants from the night where they made the pact to conjure the spirits from across the crossroads to assist them to oust the enemy for the final liberation. From there, they sent soldiers to Florida and set up Little Haiti. Their appointed post in the war was Little Haiti. That's why they never left, because they had to hold a post, because the only time they're going to collectively leave is to rebuild Haiti. It's the only thing that will be strong enough for their heartstrings to take them back home. Now, the bookman's role in it, he's from Jamaica. And this is why Jamaicans is the only police force that the Haitians let over there. But we not paying attention because they got us thinking that Dessalines Barbecue, son of Dessalines, is a gangbanger. We don't know he a tribal leader walking in the ancestral path to redeem the land from the clutches of the colonizers. But with all of this stuff going on, right, the bookman got to go deal with the curse that's put on Jekyll Island. Because the same ones that he fought in Jamaica that led him to Haiti is the same ones that landed in Florida and found that place called Jekyll Island and tried to put the curse on the land. Right? And now they got the three sisters that come after them doing the ceremonial female parts of the conjure. And one of the sisters was the one who actually was blood sacrificed for victory. And she was reliving it until we started working on reverse engineering the conjure. Now she's able to be fully present in the present for herself. All this is side effects of the recovery, but we still playing out a process, reverse engineering all of the conjures. So we about there. Then the conjures be removed, then the people start to move correctly automatically. What Bible say? Right knowledge, right wisdom, right understanding produces right action. Right? And then you got what's called the eightfold Buddhist path of righteousness. Right? And so we know that there's a formula, but if we don't use it, we can't benefit from it. And that's why we come on here and we find out information that most people don't know and put it in the public domain. Tribal tradition is the most amount of the tribe's people that can get the understanding of what's going on. We can collectively then unite mentally first in order to see the problem clearly together. And together we execute the solution, because if you can see the problem, the solution is present. And this is the moment of truth in the bullfight where the bull for the first time see the matador is not the cape, and the cape is not the matador. Fine. Now he's looking at him dead in his eye at the moment of truth. If that matador don't act right with this last strike, he out of there. It's the moment of truth. This is where we at. All of these cases, like Big Tookie case, is the same MO as Geronimo Pratt case. The police got caught bragging about setting Geronimo Pratt up, and he was locked up 27 years. Right? Go back and read Mumia case in New Jersey. Right? He got bopped upside the head by the police. The lady looking out the window said the other police shot the police. The police that hit Mumia in the head turned around and shot his partner. And by that time, Mumia loopy sitting on the curb. They told her, lady, you didn't see that. They never put her statement in the report, but it was still in the file. And coming to find out, and it was part of a crooked cop investigation, right? It came out that the cop that got killed was the straight up cop that was telling on the crooked cop. And they still won't let that man out. Got him forever locked up. We know they doing this. The only reason why somebody would do this much stuff to a people is they at war. Look what they did to Asada. Right? Why they want to kill Asada? She's part of the leadership of the land. That's her territory. That's her queen's land right there. The New Jersey, the turnpike. Grab a goose by the neck. Flip the T on the turnpike.
They said they were gonna get rid of the chiefs, so they had to get rid of the clan mothers because the clan mothers picked the chiefs.
Look, people, these names that I'm dropping, go look these people up. Look up Lucy Parson. Most feared black woman in America by the FBI. I'm not making that up. So why was she so feared? When you start reading their story, they're going to tell you that she was a woman, that she was an Indian woman. But when they tell you the highlights, they tell she was the most feared black woman. They knew she was a tribal mother. She just didn't know how to extend her reach because she didn't have her personal strategists like Empress Rarebird got now, where we can make a further reach by explaining it to enough clans members that the natural nature of the clans, we begin to wake up and stop participating in the shenanigans. So eventually it's going to come to a point where our people is just going to leave a blank statement across the internet. I'm organic to this land and I do not consent to y'all presence, period. And once we start rolling that and different people doing it, everybody doing it on their page, type it on your page, I am organic to this land and I do not consent with your presence. Right. Take over the internet. They hate when we take over the internet for some reason. It's like they butt sore if we take over the algorithms in the internet. We ain't understood the strategies that they play by. The reason that they don't like us taking the algorithm over because the algorithm directs the flow of their currency through the network. And if we start affecting their bottom dollar, we hit them in the pockets. And when a person got a big ego, the worst thing you can do is hit him in the pockets unless you're going to hit him directly in his ego. Right? So the take over the algorithm, that is like a feared approach of the general masses awakening. And for the ones who ain't originally from here that support us, all they got to do is say, I support the organic to the land, and I do not consent to you motherfuckers' presence either. But you know what? We be took over the whole internet. They be like, who started this shit? The tribe spontaneously decided that they was tired of y'all playing in their face, and they don't consent to this BS no more. Take it over.
Man, if all of us thought it's knowledge like somebody just said.
Look,
in the crowd.
Everybody think it got to be a whole lecture. No, them TikTok bites the coldest pieces on the internet. Yeah, excerpts from these lectures that we do like this. Yeah. TikTok blowing up. That's why they trying to shut TikTok down in America. Yeah. You think that's just an accident?
Nah. Yeah, that's right.
Right. If everybody just put a 20-second clip and say, I'm organic to the land and I no longer consent to y'all presence, and the people that support us say, I'm a supporter of the organic people to the land, and I don't consent to y'all presence either. I've made my alliance. That's all you gotta say. Then just take over the internet. Mm-hmm. When it hit the news, that's when you know they crying for mercy. Yeah. Yeah. That's when you know they crying for mercy. As soon as it hit the news, you took the algorithm over. Yeah. it's a new craze coming out, and they all of the original people to the land don't want us here no more. What do we do?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Hey,
But we got to remember, nobody owns. Hold on, Elder. We got to remember, don't nobody own the land. We caretakers of the land, from the land.
I'll say, could you break down who these guys are we want to leave? You know what I'm saying? In depth.
Well, we want the corporate legal fictions to leave, the fraudulent judges, the fake police.
Right.
Right. We want our autonomous control back.
Right.
We want to be able to restructure local government and have the network of federal ties to other local governments to aid and assist each other in dealing with our local communities.
Right.
Right. We have to get rid of this legal fiction that's already dead. It's already gone.
Right.
Bankruptcy was closed out in 2017.
Right.
The liquidation of assets and the return of assets been taking place ever since. In your face. That's why the White House was on Zillow. It wasn't on Zillow just to be on Zillow. It was part of the foreclosure. And when it first went up, they told you they foreclosed on it because the corporation was crumbling. But too many people start noticing. Some people out there that got the original advertisement from when it had the foreclosure bar at the top telling you that the White House had been foreclosed on, and the amount that was the value of the White House that it was for sale for, that's the amount of money that was foreclosed on in property value that was stolen from the tribes. We first had to reclaim DC with a totem pole because we don't operate under the law of the flag.
Yeah.
DC proper was under the law of the flag. By staking a totem pole, we assert our jurisdictional right on that 10 square miles that was the embassy for the Crown of England and the Vatican to govern the what they call international police force and controlling the people of the land and to administer what they call law and order, which is actually a term in reference to the systems of levies and liens instituted through the judicial system under the order of the King George in Savannah, Georgia, I was telling you about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Right? When they told them that they had to use those contracts to systematically take everything from us. All of it is tied together, but the difficult part is for the way that they teach us to be one-dimensional in our thinking, we can't see the multifaceted dimensions of the plot. But the games like chess is supposed to break you out of the psychology of the linear one-way thinking. So that's why it's good to practice chess. Get you a chess computer and learn the game.
Man, on that note, man, we about to get ready to get up out of here. We over the 2 hour mark. We almost at 2.5 hours. And this right here was another banger. Man, we're going to be back, man, because we're doing a lot on birthrights right now. We pretty much trying to reel the people on home, man, to get their shit back, man. We sick and tired of these people, these bastards on our land, man. They free grazers, I tell you. Free grazing our big mama's land. And then we told them, you can park. Hey, they asked, can we park our shit on your land for a little while? We said, yeah, you can park over yonder, but make sure you be decent. Make sure you be decent. You know, when you come on Big Mama's land, you can't come on doing anything you want to do now. Them suckers come on trying to do whatever they want to do. And we told them, now we're gonna tell you now one time only. Big Mama don't allow no free grazing on her land. All right. We told them, man. So now time is up, man. I mean, they broke the leasing agreements. Like you said, Rod, they didn't honor no treaties.
Okay, so as a active chief on the land under Article 77 of the Iroquois Confederacy, and being a certified war chief, chief of security as a trainee in the Nation of Growth and Development,
Yeah.
elevating my status to supreme strategist,
Yeah.
right, in the brain banging university's dean.
Yeah.
I use my intelligence to come in on behalf of my collective clans and my clan families across the land to tell them people, Article 77, you got to go.
Eviction notice, man.
We served them.
They've been served.
They've been served. But remember, sometimes it's a whole lot of heavy lifting in an eviction. And that's why it might seem like
the Pope washed his hands with it. The Pope said he don't want no more to do with it. He told Obama now, look here, man, you know, y'all been messing over these people. You know, y'all know we did wrong. It's time to go ahead and get these people their stuff back and leave them alone, man.
Hey,
Pope
look,
wash his hands.
I got to say this. Somebody put in the comments that they think Billy and Terrence are agents. Anybody that you think an agent, this is how you look for an agent. What agent